Hello, geometry students. A little bit of review of triangle congruence followed by mid-segments. I want to determine if these triangles are congruent. It also asked me to write a congruent statement. I can't do that because I don't have any letters. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say which are the valid methods. Side, side, side. If you tell me all three sides, I'm good. Side, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. And side, angle. And also the odd man out. Those are the only ones that work. It's easier for me to remember the ones that don't work. Nobody makes all A's, and don't be this. Those do not work. You'll be surprised at how many people will put SSA on their paper. That also doesn't work. It's not because of what that spells that it doesn't work. It's just because it doesn't work. So I'm going to look at this first one. I've got angles, and I know I've got a side, but they don't tell me anything else about it. If they don't tell you anything else about it, you cannot assume anything. Sometimes it's not provable. These triangles may be in fact congruent, but there's no way to prove it if you don't give me enough information. So I've got to have at least 3 pieces of information. Like this next one. It looks like I've only got sides, but I don't need to tell you that this is congruent to that because those are vertical angles. And of course I probably should tell you that, but we're going to assume that they are. So I have side, angle, side, side, angle, side. Is that valid? Yep. Same thing on this one. I need 3 pieces of information. I've got angles and side. I also know that I have a pair of vertical angles. Be careful because I've got 3 pieces of information, but maybe it's not legitimate. This is angle, side, angle, angle, side if you read it this way. Same thing for this. I've got angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. Is that legitimate? It is. It's not one of the ones that I can't use, so that one's okay. It looks like I've got 2 sides and an angle, but this is not correct because if you look at this one, we've done this one already. If you do this one, reading it this way, this is side, angle, side. No problem. But if you go in order down here, you've got angle, side, side. That's a problem. So I don't really have enough information. My belief is that these are probably not congruent, but I'm just going to go on and say cannot prove because I cannot prove that they're not congruent either. This is switching gears. I want to prove this one using hypotenuse leg, but I don't have enough information. So I need you to tell me what else do I need. Well, I've already got the right angles. That's good. These are vertical angles, so I've also got the hypotenuse, so I need a leg. Well, it can either be this leg and this leg, but I could also do it with this way. So there are actually 2 different answers to this. If EC is congruent to WC, then I would have hypotenuse leg. Perfectly acceptable. But I could also do it with the other leg. It doesn't really matter. So if DC segment is congruent to XC, then I would also have hypotenuse leg. You obviously don't need both of them. You only need one. How about this next one? Side, angle, side. I know that this side is congruent to itself. I want it to be side, side, and an included angle. So the only angle that is an option for is the angles right here. H and H. Of course, it's not legitimate to say angle H. Excuse me, it's not correct. So I have to write this with 3 letters. To identify this angle, this is VHI. Notice the vertex is in the middle. GHI. Notice the vertex is in the middle. So if VHI is congruent to GHI, then I will have side, angle, side. And how about switching gears again? Mid-segment. As soon as I see the word mid-segment, I think 2 mid equals base. 2 mid equals base. 2 mid equals base. Then you just fill it in. I know that a mid-segment is defined as being connecting the midpoints. They didn't actually tell me, but I can see from the markings that it is. And I'm just going to plug it in. I know what 2 is. I know what the mid-segment is. And I know what the base is. I don't have to worry about which one do I multiply, which one do I divide by 2, anything like that. I just plug it in. So I've negative 28. Don't forget the second term. Can't solve this one as long as there's, or the variable will appear twice. X equals 33. Looks like X is going to equal 11, but be careful and make sure you plug back in if that's what it's asking for. Unfortunately, it was. So I need to find the length of the mid-segment, so I'm going to plug that back in and say AB is equal to negative 14 plus 2 times 11. I hope this doesn't end up being a negative number, because that would be kind of embarrassing. Of course, it's 8. And we are trying to find a length here, so I like to put units. How about this one? 2 mid equals base. 2 mid equals base. And just plug in. I know what 2 is. It's 2. I know what the mid segment is. It's 2x minus 7. I know what the base is, even though it's on top. That's still the base. Now it turns into an algebra problem. Don't forget the second term. Looks like x is going to equal 6, but again, that's not the answer. I wanted to find ut, which is 2x minus 7. And that is 5. And that's that.